Welcome student on another video lecture. Today's topic is principles and goals of organic farming. First principle is principle of health. Health is the wholeness and integrity of living system. Organic farming should sustain or enhance the health of soil, plant, animal, human and planet as a whole. When the soil is healthy by using compost and green manures, then naturally the living organisms which are present in the soil, they are preserved. They help in decaying of organic matter, and in this way they will make the soil aerated and nutritious. If the soil is aerated and nutritious, then the healthy plants will grow, and if such healthy plants are eaten by the animals and human, then their health is also maintained, and it also helpful to maintain the environmental balance. And if the environmental balance is maintained or will prevent the contamination of environment, then the whole planet is healthy. So if soil is healthy, all will healthy. Healthy soil yields healthy crop that nurture the health of animals and human. Organic farming, whether in farming, processing, distribution or consumption, sustain and enhances the health of ecosystem. So complete ecosystem is healthy when the soil is healthy. And organisms ranging from smallest in the soil to the human beings are preserved. Second is principle of ecology. In this principle, organic farming should be based on living ecological system and cycle, should work with them and sustain them. Production should be based on ecological process. All the ecological process are used for production in case of organic farming. Nourishment and well-being are achieved through the ecology of specific production environment. Organic management should be adapted to local conditions, ecology, culture and scale. So whatever the organic farming management is done, it should be adapted according to the local conditions. What are the conditions which are present in that particular area, about the soil, about the atmosphere, that is humidity, temperature, all these taken into consideration. What is the culture of that particular area, all these taken into consideration during organic farming management. It should attain ecological balance by designing framing systems, establishing habitats, maintaining genetic and agriculture diversity. Now next is principle of fairness. Organic farming should be based on relationship that ensure fairness with regard to common environment and life opportunities. So whatever they are present in one environment, they should have equal rights, equal life opportunities according to the principle of organic farming. This principle says that those involved in organic farming should conduct human relationship to ensure fairness at all level and to all farmers. So whoever involved in organic farming, they should maintain or ensure the fairness in their relation with all the farmers, worker, processors, distributors, traders and consumer. This is done with goal of producing a sufficient supply of good quality food and other product. When there is fairness among all the levels or with all type of persons which are involved in different types of activities, then naturally a good quality food is produced. Natural environment resources used for production and consumption should be managed such that it is socially and ecologically fair and trusted for future generation. So whatever the methods they are used for production and consumption, it should be such that it should be fair and trusted for future generation. Fairness require open and equitable system of production. So fairness means there will be complete openness and complete equitable system. Everyone should involve in that gets equal right, equal justice, equal opportunities, equal life opportunities, all should be given to the persons who are involved in organic farming. Trade and accounting of real environment and social cost. Next one is principle of care. This principle states that precaution and responsibility are the key concern in management, development and technology. So according to this principle, the precaution and responsibility, these are the keys of management, development and technology choices in organic agriculture. Organic farming should be managed in cautionary and responsible way. Whoever involved in these organic farming practices, they should take responsibility and they should behave in responsible way to protect the health and well-being of current and future generations. So whatever the steps which are taken by those persons who are involved in organic farming, they should behave in responsible way and they should protect the health and well-being of current as well as future generation and the environment. Also take care that no activity should be done to cause contamination or harm to the environment also. It is a living and dynamic system that responds to internal and external demands and conditions. Now, advantages of organic farming. First advantage is nutritional, poison free, tasty food. When the organic farming is followed, then it will produce the food which is poison free and which is more tasty. The nutritional value of food is a function of its vitamin and mineral content. The mineral content of organically grown food is more than that of food grown by modern conventional method. So mineral content is more, and due to which the organically grown food is also having more mineral content. The consumer of organic food are benefited as it is not contaminated with health harming chemicals such as pesticide, fungicide, herbicide. So whatever the food which is grown through organic farming method, it is free from chemicals, pesticides, fungicides, herbicide. So the quality food is getting by using organic farming technique with more nutrition and more vitamin and more mineral content. Second advantage is lower growing cost. If organic farming method is followed, the economics of organic farming is characterized by increasing profit by reducing water use, lowering expenses on fertilizers and energy, and increasing soil retention. So whenever the organic farming is methods or techniques are followed, it will reduce the water use, because if the chemical fertilizers are used, they are very exhaustive, and due to which the more water supply is needed by the plant, otherwise the plant will get die on due to the chemical fertilizers. But when we are using green manures or compost, then it will naturally reduce the water use, as well as more water is retained in the soil, because the soil become humus and aerated, and due to which there will be more water retention when we are using the organic farming technique. So naturally, to supply the water, whatever the cost which is required for more supply of water, that will get lowered The increased demand of organic product makes organic farming profitable option for the farmers, and nowadays more people are switch over to the organic products, and due to which the organic farmers getting more profit, and due to which it will lower the growing cost of the product. Now, enhance soil nourishment by crop rotation. Crop rotation is one of the technique by which soil nourishment is enhanced. Organic farming effectively address soil management. Crop rotation, intercropping technique, use of green manure increases soil nourishment since use of chemical is avoided in organic farming. So it will effectively address the soil management by crop rotation, intercropping technique, because different types of crop require different types of nutrients, different types of mineral, and due to which if crop rotation or intercropping is done, then it will maintain the balance of the soil, nutritional balance of the soil. Use of green manure also increases nourishment, and complete avoidance of chemicals, due to which the microbes which are present in the soil, the microbial stock is also there, and they will help in decaying process as well as make the soil aerated, and also increases nourishment for the soil. Biodynamic farms have better soil quality, greater organic matter content, microbial activity, better soil quality, greater organic matter content, better soil structure, lower bulk density, easier penetrability, thicker topsoil agriculture productivity due to the use of soil fertility technique. Compost application and introduction of leguminous plant into the crop also it is done to increase the soil nourishment, because leguminous plant contains bacteria which will help for conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates, and that will be provide nourishment to the plants through soil. In this way, these are the different techniques which are used to increase the soil nourishment. Next one is environment friendly practices. Environment friendly practices which include green pesticides, examples such as neem and tea, are environment friendly and non-toxic. These will not produce toxic effect on the human beings or on the animals, but they will help to control the pest, and in this way these are used as a green pesticides, and they help in identifying and removing diseases and in dying plants. Whatever the diseases are there, they will help to remove that disease as well as identify that disease, thus increase the crop defense system, and it will help to increase the crop defense system to fight against the pest or infection. The biodiversity of organic farms increases resilience to climate change and weather unpredictability. Organic agriculture reduces erosion caused by wind, water, overgrazing at a rate of 10 million hectares annually. Organic farming as a source of productivity in rural areas. Agriculture is the main employer. Wage labor provides an important income source for the poor. So, organic farming as a source of productivity for labor. It will also produce a source of productivity for laborers also. In rural area, agriculture is the main employer. The wage labor provide an important income source for the poor. So, those peoples who are living in that particular area, they will get employment, and thus organic farming become a labor intensive, create employment and improves return on labor fair wages. So organic farming also creates employment and fair wages are given to the labor, non-exploitative working condition, new sources of living, especially once market opportunities are exploited, in turn rejuvenate rural economies and enable their incorporations into national economies. More energy efficiency. Growing organic rice was much more energy efficient than the conventional method. So whatever the conventional method which is used for growing the rice which is grown by organic method, it is more energy efficient. It is having more energy. Organic farming in comparison to conventional chemical based agriculture reduces energy requirement for production system by 25 to 50%. Now limitations. First limitation is lower productivity. The yield or productivity of organic farm is not as much as that of conventional or industrialized farm. A survey or study conducted by UN Environmental Program in 2008 established that organic farming method compared to conventional farming techniques result in small yield in developing areas. However, this point is controversial as the productivity and soil quality of an industrial farm rapidly decreases with time. So in conventional method, in second half of last century, the more use of chemical fertilizers are done to increase the yield. So whatever the yield that getting from that chemical fertilizer, it is more, but naturally as the time passes it will lower down. To get that same yield, more amount of fertilizers, more quantity of fertilizers are used, and this will deteriorate the soil. Soil fertility is deteriorated. So it is, though that at that time or at that study or survey that soil is giving more yield, but on long term use it will not give that yield. But if organic farming techniques are used, though initially because the soil quality is already deteriorated, due to which it is not giving that amount of yield, but now after using organic farming technique the soil quality will improve and naturally it will increase the yield also. So it is the controversial point. As such, the organic farming will not deteriorate the yield. It will increase the yield with the time. Second is require skill. An organic farmer should have greater understanding of crop and should closely watch them, as pesticides or chemical fertilizers cannot be used as quick fixes. Sometimes it is difficult to meet all the strenuous requirement and experience required for organic farming. Those who are involved in organic farming, they should have a greater understanding of the crop, and because the pesticides or insecticides are not used, so continuous watch on the crop is needed, continuous care of the crop is needed to maintain the proper growth and development of that crop. Because if chemical fertilizers are used, due to the use of that chemical fertilizers, it will protect the pesticides or insecticide, but in case of organic farming it is not done, and for that reason proper care and continuous watch or maintenance should be needed so that healthy crop will produce. For that require skills. Skills are required to maintain the quality of the crop. Sometimes if it is difficult to meet the all strenuous requirement and experience required for organic farming. Next one is time consuming. Time and energy required is significant amount to execute the detailed technique of organic farming. If farmer fails to comply with any of these requirements, he loses his certification that can be regained only after 3 years, thus making it more time consuming. So the time and energy required in significant amount to execute the detailed technique of organic farming. It requires time as well as energy, and if the farmer fails to comply with all these requirements, then he loses his certification, and that can be regained only after 3 years. So because it requires continuous maintenance and continuous watch on each and every step of cultivation as well as processing of raw material, otherwise the farmer will suffer from the loss, and if the farmer is suffer from the loss, his certification can be regained only after 3 years, thus making it more time consuming. More labor intensive. Organic farming can be more labor intensive as biological, cultural and mechanical responses to production challenges are considered. It focuses on plant and soil health through proper aeration, drainage, structure and watering. So organic farming become more labor intensive because it uses biological, cultural and mechanical responses to the production challenges, and it more focus on plant, soil health, proper aeration, proper drainage, structuring and watering of soil. All these should be continuously monitored, continuously focused, and that requires a labor intensive. Organic control by botanicals can be more expensive than conventional controls by wide range of artificial, commercial, synthetic, chemical pesticides. Organic control botanicals are more expensive as compared to the chemical pesticides. So all these are the limitations of organic farming. Now conclusion, there are certain limitations of organic farming, but advantages are more and they are more beneficial. They are more beneficial for the environment, environmental balance, and though there are certain limitations, but these limitations can be overcome by constructive work in fair and positive direction with contribution from all. Now it is the need of time to achieve the goals of organic farming and follow its principle for healthy life of plants, animals, human beings in present and future. Because if soil fertility, soil quality is maintained, then good healthy plants are produced, and such good healthy crop or plants are consumed by the animal and human, their health is also maintained, and it also helpful in maintaining environmental balance, because these harmful chemicals, they will destroy the soil fertility, they will cause water pollution also and atmospheric imbalance also, and such contaminated atmosphere will cause harm to the life and for future generations. So it is necessary to think about the future generation. Everyone should think about the future generation, what atmosphere we are giving to leave the future generation, how much there is contamination of water, how much there is contamination of atmosphere, and in that how they will survive, how the future generations will survive. Think on that. Also, increase in population will result into increase in or consumption of more resources. If more resources are consumed, then more pollution will occur. More pollution will occur. It will cause complete destruction. For that reason, population control is also very important, environmental control is also very important. So it is responsibility of everyone to think about the future generation as well as what present atmosphere in that we are living, and contribute for that in positive direction to switch over the organic farming technique, so that it will preserve the present and future of everyone, that is plant, animals and human being, all they are living in an environment or atmosphere. Thank you.